Hi gang, I was tagged by Alliance of Demons to do a video about why I laugh at homophobes. The thing is, I don't laugh at homophobes. The two things I hate most in human behavior are homophobia and racism. Ever since I was a little kid, I've just never understood it. Um, Although, one of the other reasons I don't laugh at homophobes, among every other reason, is that I feel sorry for them. And I feel sorry for them because I used to be pretty fucking homophobic myself, and my journey away from homophobia was a long process that started when I was a teenager when I noticed that at least three or four of my friends were gay. And I'll link a video in the sidebar where I spoke about my progress away from being a homophobic idiot to a rational human being. Um, and I do believe it's possible for anybody who wants to make the journey understanding their own psychology, because that's what homophobia really is. It's people who haven't examined themselves properly for whatever reason. And I'm not in that statement suggesting that everybody who's homophobic is a latent homosexual or anything like that. I know this suggestion has been made. Perhaps it has merit. I know there is research done in that direction, but I don't know much about it. I will just say that, the self-examined life carries with it an awful lot of responsibilities, and responsibilities on that particular level, some people eschew at all costs. And when it comes to feelings about sexuality, it's a very delicate matter. Even talking to your close friends about your ideas about sex can be kind of difficult at various different periods in your life. It depends on who you associate with, I suppose, and what you have to talk about. But this is the thing. If there's one vocal homophobe in a room, how many people are likely to pipe in? Unless that person just happens to be in a minority, which isn't guaranteed, most people will just shut up and, maybe they won't agree, but they don't want to argue, sort of a thing, because they're just going to get stepped all over by this prick who's making. So I don't like homophobia. I don't like homophobia because it's people not accepting their fellow human beings for who they really are. I don't like homophobia because of the psychological processes that I personally ascribe to homophobia. Like I say, this apparent lack of self-examination. I don't believe people when they tell me that they understand themselves perfectly, but they're still homophobic. It's like, no, you don't. Sorry, that's just my opinion. I realize I could be wrong, but fuck that. I think I'm right, and I do think that people who are homophobic haven't looked inside themselves and been honest about why. If people who say it's unnatural, that's the sort of basically that boils down to they think it's gross. You know, a lot of people think picking your nose is gross, but I do it all the time. Maybe not every day, but you know what I mean. Um, so whatever, man. I mean, each to their own. I don't understand why that has to even be a point of contention. Why homophobia has to exist? It fucking does my head in. Same as racism. It's the most arbitrary way to divide an us versus a them that I've ever seen. And human beings are great at coming up with ways to categorize and put themselves into groups of us versus them. And every single human on the planet belongs to several different us's. Your nationality, your ethnicity, your gender, and it just gets more and more and more, your religion, your political affiliations, your income, blah, 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 blah. We divide ourselves up in so many different ways. It's amazing we haven't all killed each other. And homophobia is, in my opinion, one of those fucking things that makes it more likely that people will get hurt, and for absolutely no rational good reason other than someone hasn't basically looked inside themselves and figured out that, hey, we're all the same. We all have our own thing going on, whatever that means. And it just fucking does my head in. I'm sorry if this video has been a bit ranty and incoherent, but and I really can't play the tag game the way it's meant to be played. This whole thing about it going against nature is just a smokescreen for they think it's gross. It's my opinion. And the whole idea, when people say that it shouldn't be Adam and Steve, it's Adam and Eve, and all that kind of crap. I mean, that's fine if you're heterosexual, fine. But not everybody is. Duh. Wake up. I don't understand. Why is it so difficult for people to wrap their head around that everyone is different? And a good thing too. Our diversity is what makes human beings worth getting to know, in my opinion. It's so yeah. That's all I've got to say. I don't laugh at homophobes. I don't laugh at racists. In the same way that I don't laugh at crippled people. I feel sorry for them because they aren't able to do certain things. Like these homophobes are not able to open up their mind and look at their fellow human beings and treat them as equals because they're disgusted by one particular thing they do. I mean, that's what it is. It's pathetic and it doesn't deserve any rational response. I can't stand homophobia. When I see it, it pisses me off. When I get it directed at me, it makes me despair. You know, what have we come to when we're allowing our own ego to get to be some kind of instrument to say you should live how I think you should. Fuck that. Right. I think that's it. I'm just rambling now, so I'm going to wrap it. This has got that funk. Thanks for watching. Sorry if it wasn't such a good tag, Alliance of Demons. Um, but there you go. This is what you get. Peace.